Create your first digital product for $0. New signature series, part 2. Welcome back to Brow Tab. I am Alex, your host, and this channel is for entrepreneurs who want to take their business, their lives, and their income to the next level. This is part 2 of our signature series, Create Your First Digital Product for $0. $0. So this is week number 2, part number 2. If you haven't watched video number 1, go watch that now. This is a progression. You do have to watch it in order for you to get the best results from it. So last week was step 1 to creating your first digital product for $0. And that is deciding what your topic is, deciding what you are going to teach on. And don't skip that. It is very, very important to spend some time and really think about what it is you want to teach. So if you haven't watched yet, go watch it here. Make sure you hit like and subscribe so you never miss a video, because like I said, it's a signature series. So we're going to keep putting up videos. I'm going to keep giving you the steps, and you're not going to want to miss a single step on how you can create your first digital product for $0. So step number 2 is to brain dump. Brain dump, what does that even mean? Okay, so it's really simple. Literally, take everything in your brain on this topic you decided that you were going to teach on and write it down. Get out your phone, write it in the notes on your phone, grab your computer and open the notes app, or open a Google Doc in a Google Drive, which is totally free, and start writing everything you know on this topic down. If you are old school, you can grab a pen and paper and do it that way. Nothing wrong with doing that, but in the future, we are going to take all this information and actually put it into your online course, into your ebook, your guide, your download. So if you do have it typed, it will be easier to copy and paste it, but nothing wrong with going old school with pen and paper. Okay, so you've opened that up, your notes, your Google Drive, your notepad, and you are going to literally write down everything you know on the topic. And this is where you are just going to scribble it all out. You're not going to put too much thought into organization. Don't put too much time into making it look clean and organized. Just get everything that is in your head about this one topic onto that piece of paper or onto that screen. And I do mean everything. Nothing is too big. Nothing is too small. Nothing is, oh my God, that seems so obvious. That is actually the things that you should include. Everything that you know, and just get it out of your head. And then once you do this, however long it takes you to do this, you are going to take a break. You're going to just chill out, not think about it. Just get away from all of those ideas before we go back to it. Now, if you're having trouble getting the ideas of flowing, if you're like, okay, I picked this topic, I know all this stuff, but like I don't know where to start, I don't know where to get this information from, go for a walk, go for a shower, just take your mind off of it, and ideally that's when the ideas will start to flow. And make sure that you have your computer or phone nearby when you're done so that you can start that creative process. Once you have all of your brain dumped info written down on a piece of paper or on your screen, you've taken your break, you are going to go back to this, and you are going to just simply read through it. Just read through what you have written there, read through all of it, and then go and read through it again. And this is where you are going to start adding notes, adding like little notes for yourself of, I want to like talk about this here, or like this connects to this, and you're going to start organizing it. So the way our brain wrote it down or got it out isn't necessarily the way we want to present it, right? We want to make it really straightforward. That is the key to creating this online course, this digital product. You're taking your students from point A to point B in the most simplest, straightforward route, right? We don't want to complicate it with too much information, or we don't want to complicate it with like this up and down journey that we may have taken. We want it to be really simple and straightforward for them. So we're going to create this course, basically creating a line from point A to point B. So that's how you want to organize the information that you've now gotten out of your head. The point where you're going to ask yourself, what is the transformation that I want my online course, my digital product to create? So what is the point that my student is currently at, and where are they going to be when they finish this digital product? What is that transformation that I'm giving them in between? And once you figure that out, you now know how to fill in those steps of what you did, what you learned to teach them that. That's where you can now start dividing this content into categories. And these categories can be your modules, your lessons, the really specific steps that your student is going to take to get that transformation. And then all of the extra knowledge that you have written down that you will classify in these categories will be like that meat and potatoes of the lessons, of the modules that they are going to learn to get the transformation that you were teaching them, the end result that you were going to give them. When I start organizing my brain dump, I create a second Google Drive document. So I have the first one with just all of my brain dump, all of the info that I got out of my head. I create a second one and I start pulling information from the first one and organizing it out. I add titles, I add bolded headlines, whatever I need to be able to organize it in my brain. But keep in mind, do not waste your time here making it look super, super pretty. This is not the end product. This is just the organized version of what's in your brain. When we pull that into Canva and create the actual beautiful digital product, whether that's an ebook, a download, your slides, or we're gonna make it into scripts for videos, that's when we really make it pretty, when we add all those details. So you're organizing now, but we're not wasting time on making it look super clean or super sharp. That is it for step 2 of creating your first digital product for $0. It is to get every piece of information out of your head and then organize it into a more thought-based process, which is going to give your student the transformation that they're looking for, why they are going to purchase your digital product. So what is going to get them from point A, where they're at now, to point B, of where you are at, what they want from you. That is what we are creating in this brain dump and in the organization of this. This does seem really simple, but this is where you are getting all of that knowledge out that you are going to be teaching. So while this may seem simple, do not skip this step. It is just as important as every other step. Pull out the notes on your phone, pull out that Google Doc, and get started on getting all of the information on your topic out of your head. Next week, part 3, a little teaser, is we are going to be showing up on social media and talking about our topic, showing how we are the expert and teasing that our digital product is coming. So, little prep for next week. If you do not have a social media platform set up that you want to start using to promote your digital product, set that up once you get your brain dump and organization all done. Once again, if you haven't watched video 1 of choosing your topic, go watch part 1 of the signature series and then hit like and subscribe so you don't miss a future video. I'll see you next week.